And hello, and thank you for joining us on John Crump Live. John Crump is alive. I'm not John Crump. In 5 days, StreamYard. Yeah, we don't care. Well, thank you for joining us today. And I would like to say it's a lovely, wonderful day in Jupiter, Florida here. And I am stuck with the duty of, I should say, I am honored to be the presenter for the next hour. And we have my close friend, my buddy, somebody I can't get off the phone with. Not Dark, it's Night Strike.
Well, you can get off the phone with me. You just never call. That's the joke. He never calls me anymore.
Mike, what are you doing in 5 minutes? He's like, coming on John Crump Live. I'm like, that's right.
It's like, and he does this 5 minutes before the show too.
Oh yeah. You are like the holla holla back girl.
Yeah. So, hi everyone. I would go and type out the highs to everybody out there, but let's just go with the short list.
Oh,
Kurt, I see you out there. Johnny 3 Bar, I see you out there, buddy. And if I missed anybody else, just at me and I'll give you a shout out.
Yeah, I don't know who R Fled is. That's somebody I knew. Of course, Johnny 3 Bar, Live Live.
I mean,
we got 556
Damien's
Media.
out there. I love Damien. Zanti's out there too. I'll shout Zanti out.
We got the Beams of Goon, fellow Floridian, who I've never actually met or do not to this day know his real name. I think it's like Frank.
I haven't seen him in forever. Silverback's out there.
Oh yeah. We got Kurt 24, Zanti Misfit, and Damian Christ.
Yeah.
Let's see, Silverback Defense. What's up? So in a couple of minutes, Dawn Readiness is going to join us. But did you go to NRAM? What have you been up to?
No, I've been dealing with personal stuff lately. So I have also been dealing with setting up my own personal server farm. I don't know if I sent you a text message about that the other day.
No.
Well, let me send you a picture and I'll do that. But I've been working on servers. Okay. I've been getting some back from the data center, sending some others to the data center, swapping out old servers.
So
standard IT work.
You have a server farm at a data center somewhere local to you?
Next state over, yeah.
Next state over? Or is that local?
It's local enough. It's still in the Carolinas. So
okay. A Carolina, one of them.
It's in one of them. It's just not in the one I'm in.
So Mike likes to point out that I do make the joke that Josiah from PSA doesn't talk to me or return my calls. He does, but Mike likes to point that out. He loves that story.
I like to point out that when I call him, he answers every time. So but I only do that. I'm not doing that out of nefarious reasons. It's just I find it funny that he'll answer my text messages and my calls and yours. He just
So I'm waiting for the text here.
It says it's sending, but it's taking forever. I don't know what it is.
No,
but either way, it's just I bought a cheap 12U rack. And I'm putting, I've got like 3 or 4 1U servers in that rack now. So
okay, it's at
here home.
ISP? Oh, at home, yeah.
Here home because they're older servers, older equipment that I'm not going to run GunTube or anything off of. That's not centered. So
all right. Johnny 3 Bar says John's channel is not working. So John, typically, because the majority of people watch the show on John's channel, if John's not on, he probably went into StreamYard and edited it and deleted. I hate saying edited it because it never sounds right. Edited the stream and probably removed it. So I get the views on my stream, which actually didn't click monetize on.
Brandon, I will ask Josiah about that. I don't know how the PSA family feels about Killdozer Marvin Heemeyer himself, but I'll ask if they can do a Bulldozer 15. That we might be able to get that through. It doesn't have to be a tank. You know, the
All right. So I would say talk to Chrome Vandium Arms,
yeah,
which is Babyface P, and see if
yeah,
he'll laser one up. He just did dick butt lowers.
yeah.
Actually, I ordered one of those. That's all right. I got other stuff coming from him. So.
Actually, I did talk to Josiah, and I go, Josiah, during the during the trial, you really missed out on making the what do you call it, the Brazen
The Trump
15.
mugshot.
No, the Brazen 15, the Rittenhouse trial. Don't get brazen
Oh,
with me. You know, you should have had a picture of the judge pointing his finger and and called it the Brazen 15.
yeah.
You know, that you missed out on that one.
So now, all right, Josiah is a person. If you wanted to say, "Hey, Flying Rich is okay," you could say that to him.
Yeah, and then he'd block me like he blocks you.
Wow, I
Yeah.
am not getting anywhere here today.
I don't, hey man, I'm just here for the ride. Live
Yeah.
life's out there. I see you, buddy. I see you.
So I don't want to say I finally I don't know if you guys know I did a 9-day road trip with my daughter. So instead of going to Champaign, Illinois, which is 16 hours away in one shot, and coming back after like sleeping a couple hours, my daughter and I did a 9-day trip. So on the way up, we stopped at the Atlanta Aquarium, which was like the best. Like that was pretty amazing. The
Oh,
aquarium in
you went
Atlanta.
to the aquarium in Atlanta?
Yeah, that was pretty freaking amazing.
I went there when I lived there.
We were gonna go, and I decided it was too much money for what it was the Porsche experience. It would have been like 500 or 600 bucks for a 90-minute on a track, and I'm like,
Didn't you go to
yeah,
the
I don't know.
Corvette Museum?
Yeah, I did go to the Corvette Museum on the way back.
Yeah, I've been there.
So we went to Mammoth Cave, Ruby Falls Cave,
I
went to
was there pre
Chicago.
I was there pre sinkhole. You were there post sinkhole.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I saw the is it 805, 508? Watch the Fat Electrician for stealing a submarine, a U-boat. So I
yeah,
scuba dive,
that's
and
right.
I've always wanted to, see a U-boat or dive on a U-boat, but it's just crazy dangerous because a U-boat is not big on the inside by any stretch of the imagination. There's a lot of
Yeah,
crap
you got
that'll
to be thin,
eat
and you
you.
got the dad bod going on.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. You're really throwing it.
Well, hey, I'm calling it as it. Listen, I ain't no spring chicken either. Look at me, I'm fat. I'm literally starving myself and cutting off sugar so I lose weight. Okay, so
No.
it's not like I'm not there anyways. But
Well, okay then.
with U-boats and submarines, like especially those from World War II or even World War One, it's like you had to have been like as skinny as a smokestack.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
You know,
just
because
oof.
back then everybody smoked, so they didn't eat hardly at all. And my
I can't
problem is
imagine.
I like to.
Couldn't have. Please tell me they didn't smoke on a U-boat.
Oh yeah, they did.
Whoa.
They
Oh my god.
smoked on that.
So
They smoked in
you
that sucker, and they smoked on top of the deck too.
you'd be in it for 3 months and not shower the entire time.
Mm.
You got 1 gallon of water a day. I mean that's pretty rough.
Yeah,
So let's see.
yeah. I'm real big into war.
Wait. Polar Knights is going to the USA. Where's he going? To visit Disney, shoot some Bud Light.
He's probably going to Florida. He's probably going to Disney World.
So yeah, I mean Disney's 2 hours north of me.
Yeah.
So yeah, we should have like a international meeting. That would be cool. The cigarettes are good food.
well, not back then. They weren't.
Oh, what is it? The Babylon Bee's been killing me. Hold on, let me see if I can find it here.
You know, most of the stuff that they post is satire, right?
Babylon Bee is satire. What?
Yeah, it's all satire.
Did I do this right? Yes, I did that right. Now I got to click. I want to say hi to Christy Turtel.
Yep, there's Christy out there.
Let's see. I'm going to share this, but what's it say?
So what happened to Red Dawn Readiness?
He's supposed to be here. So here's one of my favorites from. Now it used to be Babylon Bee had a couple of killer ones a week. Now it's a couple a day. White House claims your inability to afford groceries is misinformation.
So as our former president would say, it's fake news. Ooh, that felt good.
Ooh, all right. Actually, I really hold on. Let me just spin here. We'll add to stage.
He's out there. He
right
says his parent system
Biden,
on right now.
Oh, okay. Biden announces plan to pretend to care about the border until November 6th.
No, he's not. No, it's not.
All right, let's see. There was. Oh wait, here. This is fun. With congressional testimony complete, Dr. Fauci returns to hidden lair on Skull Island to hatch next evil plot.
Oh boy,
they are totally killing it. All right, yeah, and this is unfortunately way too true. In response to Trump conviction, Republicans threatened to fire off strongest worded letter of all time.
I'm more a fan of pitchforks and torches.
Oh, and this was good. Democrats call for removal of Nelson Mandela's statue in D.C. after learning he was a convicted felon.
Ooh. 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 Some of these are spicy.
I'm not going to read this one. You can read it.
17-year cicada decides to return to hibernation after emerging. I don't want to go that far.
Yeah. Banana Republic started to feel kind of bad for the United States.
Oh, ouch. Oh.
Here's Iranian leader thanks college students for their support and says if any of them are interested, he has a few wife slots open in his. This is good because this is quite timely because they said they're not going to be calling people, convicted felons anymore. They're going to be calling them justice impacted individuals. So Trump reminds media he prefers the term justice impacted individual.
Justice impacted. There you go.
This is a good one. Trump being found guilty of being Trump.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. That's closer to the truth than anything.
This is do we basically just channel Johnny B? Is that what we need to do?
I guess so, because wow. There he is.
What's going on, y'all?
What's up?
Let me turn Rich off in the background.
Oh, you turn me off all the time, man.
Yeah, all the time.
So what's up, Night Strike? Nice to meet you, bro.
Nice.
Oh, do you guys not know each other? Is that?
No, we haven't been in the same chats because you haven't been giving me invites anymore.
It's ouch,
it's like you used to invite me all the time, and now it's like, who's this guy, Night Strike? Let's just bring Dark on all the time.
I need this aloe shit. Where is this aloe?
Well,
Am I 5 minutes in? I can curse. Okay. Good.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not. I'm being nice.
So I actually got to meet Red Dawn Readiness on the beginning of my 9-day adventure. So we met at the Costco gas station, and he got some Meshtastic cases, and I forgot to give him the buttons.
I know. So I'm using a pen for now.
Well, I see the buttons were in the bag, and I had swag to give him also, which
Mhm.
I forgot to give him. So.
He was more trying to figure out what kind of dude I was. He was like, "Who is
Right.
this guy?
Right. Who is this
Well-
guy that we've never heard of?"
Who lives close to me?"
Right.
What kind of Fed is he? Well,
Yeah.
all right, you passed Fed screening number 1 as opposed to the other people that reach out to you and say, "Hey, could you print me that AR-9 lower? I'll pay you cash and I can meet you." I'm like,
Nope.
Mm,
not happening.
not
Never gonna
without
happen.
not without a 4473.
And technically, I can't even do that. I mean,
Yeah.
so for those of you that let's see, what did CRS Firearms always say? He says, if you take my advice, you're stealing. But I'm not a lawyer, and what it is, you can sell a privately manufactured firearm if it's not a thought crime, meaning that you did not manufacture it with the intent to sell it. But if you manufactured it and then decide you don't want it anymore and sold it, then that's okay.
This is why they have to chip our brains so they can know our every intent.
Oof. Oof.
Well, you know,
Ouch.
it's not even it's not even about the intent. It's the thought of intent, because they're literally trying to minority report us.
Literally.
Because you're thinking about committing a crime, you've committed a crime, therefore you're guilty. And that's what they got CRS on.
That dude, CRS being in jail is the biggest injustice ever.
It was.
That's pretty freaking nuts.
It is, not was, but the whole decision was BS.
Yeah.
So hopefully Trump gets in office and pardons him within the first hour.
That would be the greatest thing. Trump gets in office and he pardons him. And you know what? The CRS is the type of guy that would hold up the pardon just for everyone.
That means if Trump gets in, we need to go like full force contacting Trump for that pardon.
Well, you know,
I may know somebody that knows somebody.
I may know
Nice.
somebody too, because Sean, Rich, you know you're in Florida. You know Florida
Yes.
Carey, right?
Actually, no, I don't.
You don't know Florida Carey. Florida Carey is the group
No.
that's always been.
No, I
trying
mean
to-
I know who they are, but
Yeah.
I think I might have exchanged an email with them. But
the
that's
direct.
it.
I know the director, Sean Camerata. Yeah, he's Caminera. I get it. I get the last name wrong all the time, and he always corrects me. But Sean from Florida Carey, I've known him for years. He's a great dude. He actually got onto a position to help Donald Trump's campaign with firearms.
Oh, cool.
Florida Carey sent an email out about it the other day. So you know you really should get to their subscription list.
Oh, okay.
So Trump can't vote for himself anymore, right?
Well, technically, he's been found guilty by a jury, and those that say he's been convicted, he's not convicted until he's sentenced.
Gotcha.
Kind of a technicality, but
right. And if it goes through an appeal, you know how that goes. That's going to go.
I don't know about chief of staff, but
yeah. Trump knows the security guy at Mar-a-Lago.
So this is one of my favorite questions: is who does everyone like for his VP?
Have they even stated who his VP is yet?
I think it's smart not to.
I think he might not announce it though until like November 8th or 7th or whatever it is.
No.
Like the day we vote.
No, he's got to announce it.
It'll be announced during the RNC. That's when it's going to be announced, which is in August.
No, I all right.
Either in July
I
or
do
August.
not like Tulsi Gabbard.
Tulsi's not a
It
Republican.
would be appealing, but no, I don't want Tulsi Gabbard.
No.
Tulsi's not a Republican, so she can't be his running mate.
No, but
I think
I'll tell
Tulsi,
you,
as for the people who like Tulsi, Just imagine her having to deal with Trump. Like, don't you think that a woman would eventually feel a little bit like, I can't stand this bastard. He talks to me like shit. And then eventually have like a little bit of a vendetta against him. Couldn't you guys see a woman being like that?
We already have that. Just look at Mike Pence.
Yeah, that's true. There you go.
You mean we already had a woman VP?
Mm-hmm. Mike Pence.
Ooh.
Michelle Pence. We got Michelle Pence and Michael Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
I had to make the joke. I'm sorry, just because of.
I don't know if I can officially say this, but I'm going to dox him anyhow. So KB32, John is like in love with Tulsi Gabbard.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know what he sees.
Donald Trump already had a woman vice president. Why does he need another? Could you imagine if he said that? I'm like,
wow. I mean, I say it as a joke. I don't mean it really, but it was more so as a joke. But wow.
Well, all right. So there's
right.
a couple considerations.
Mr. Bullshitter, you're right. We can call Mike Pence a woman all day, though.
Yeah. Because of how he wussed out.
Oh, wait a second. Should I not be having Mr. Readiness on the show? Is that bad? Are you like YouTube persona non grata?
Oh no.
Did I make a mistake by having you? Oh, woe is me.
Oh no.
Can I not be on other channels?
Well, it's not like we're monetized anyways. It doesn't matter.
So again, going into thought crime, it's only a crime if you do this to evade the ban.
I'm not sure what that means, but I thought we were just on StreamYard in my intent, and somehow some other channel put me on. So I mean,
yep.
There's the intent.
I mean, I know I'm going to get an angry email or like a text message from Dark yelling at me for taking his spot today. I just know it. Yeah. But, I'll take one for the team. I'll take one for the team.
All right. If those are listening to audio only, you really need to tune into the show. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Readiness, why don't you tell the people who you are? Because I don't know if everybody knows you. And
cool. Well, I'm Red Dawn Readiness here on YouTube. Been in the YouTube circles for quite some time under the name Japhet Methuselah. And then I decided to create my channel, and huge Red Dawn fan. Kind of
Wolverine.
a big driving.
The OG Red Dawn.
The OG, yes.
Yeah,
the only Red Dawn. It's more like a pink Dawn, the other one. But the original Red Dawn was just a big motivator for me because I'm just a regular dude. I went to college. I, have a corporate job. I have kids, but with everything going on, I just thought that I'd get prepared early. I started like prepping and stuff probably about 7-8 years ago. I had always been into conspiracy type stuff, and just that, people in the world that were at the higher end of everything didn't have our best interest at hand. And, I just thought that I would start to prepare myself. My channel's all about kind of getting off the grid, self-reliance, food preparation, firearms, training, working out, little bit of homesteading, stuff like that. So feel free to subscribe to my channel and enjoy the journey with me. I also go live Friday nights at 9:45.
Are you going to be live this Friday?
I should be off this thing Thursday. So Friday I should be good.
Okay. So you got a 1-week YouTube vacation.
I did. Although I did gain, you know who Lou Valentino is?
No, I don't think so.
No.
He's like a conservative news channel, young guy. He's got a big channel, like 400,000 followers, and he dropped the link yesterday. So I hopped on his channel, and now I'm almost at 1,000. I gained like 200 subs just by hopping on his live. So
I've been sitting at a little over 1,000 for years. So it's not easy.
Well, I've been posting for about 5 months. I think I've been posting for about 5 months.
It's messed up. I just saw something from him on IG today. The first time. I've never seen him before. I saw something from him on IG today.
Well, he somehow took the live and shortened it and cut my part out when he finished posting it. And I screen recorded it, so I will wait till my ban is off. I'm going to repost the whole thing. And my wife just happened to screen record it. So I think because I mentioned that Donald Trump might be a Freemason, he like cut it all out. I don't know.
He didn't shake my hand with the Masonic handshake, so
no. No. You think he just everybody that reaches his hand, he's hitting them with the thumb?
What's wrong with Masons? My grandfather was one. No, I'm not.
We were having a discussion about whether or not he's a Christian, and I asked, "Can you be a Freemason and a Christian at the same time?" And then we were just having this discussion, and I don't know, cut it out.
My grandfather was very religious, so that's weird.
Yeah, I don't. I gotta say, my dad was a Mason. You know,
I still have the last car my grandfather owned, and it's still got the Masonic Lodge front license plate
emblem on it.
Yeah, the license plate emblem they used to put on the cars. He had it on the front.
Yeah, I mean, this country was built by Masons. Let's keep it real. This is the most Masonic nation in the history of the world. The only thing with Masons is they can kind of be in any direction. And like when you have a mass amount of people under an ideology where they can kind of have any God, I think that played into our favor for religious freedom. But I also think it prevented like Christianity from taking the full, like front of the bus and dominating the politics. And I made a video about it, but I felt like the fact that Christianity wasn't like pronounced as the dominant religion, it allowed a lot of things to seep in. And I feel like some of that we're facing today.
So I know the Masonic Lodge is like anti-Catholic because I think the Catholics were trying to kill them all at one time. I might be totally off base here. I want to answer one question here. We are planning to do an uncensored podcast on Rumble tonight, 10 p.m., to talk about the movie Civil War, which I was supposed to watch and haven't watched yet.
Can I get a link?
Nice.
Can you get a link to join? I don't know.
I've seen the movie. Can I get a link?
Uncensored podcast is Crump's thing, so he's the man.
Well, next time you see him, ask him.
Okay.
Because I've seen the movie
because
I really want to comment on that because that movie, I got so many things to say.
I've heard good, bad, ugly, and different.
It's about all of those.
Yeah. So. And Polar Knight says religion already dominates politics.
It does. I'm not saying religion is not a part of it. I'm saying that our ability to have religious freedom allows for just so many different heads to fall into the pot, and then it creates arguments. Like ideally you would love to have everybody get along, but like, let's say a Jewish person, a Muslim, a Christian, a Buddhist, and somebody walk into the bar and they decide to have a few drinks together. Most likely they're going to start to have discussions about something that may end up in
Muslims aren't supposed to drink alcohol.
Well, I'm just saying it's like a joke story.
The pig roast. They were all going to the pig roast.
I thought those were Cubans.
That's another. Two of those religions don't do that either.
Those are Cubans.
Oh boy!
I used to have a neighbor that would literally dig a pit and roast a pig on his front lawn, out in front of everyone. It's very interesting.
What the heck?
It's where they dig the pit and they cook it in it and they cover it over.
No, they have it on like a big thing and they have a fire in the pit.
They didn't put it on the spit.
I would do that in my front lawn, but that's where my leaching field is.
I know. Their leaching field was there too.
I can do it on my back lawn or my front lawn. It's fine.
Yeah. I have 22 acres. Yeah.
I got over 30. What's your excuse?
Oh man, I'm looking to buy some acreage. So
I
if
got a
anybody
backyard
wants
range.
to build a prepper castle with goats and chickens and all kinds of other animals.
I do need.
Well, now, are you talking about leaving Florida or going to Central Florida?
I'm in Central Florida, so
Well, I mean, you're vertically, you're in Central
Mhm.
Florida.
Yeah, I mean, the real estate market here, ideally, I'd get more if I left.
Mm-hmm. So, like leaving the state you're talking about.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Tennessee's the ideal. North Carolina, Alabama,
Mhm.
Georgia.
Go to South Carolina. South Carolina's better.
Is it?
Better than North Carolina. We got open carry.
I
And
just like
constitutional carry.
I love that little corridor where Tennessee and North Carolina come together, Asheville and East Tennessee. It's just a beautiful little area.
One Garfast says Rich has 1 acre. I'm not even sure it's a whole acre.
And no, 1.25.
Oh,
Nice.
1.25. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You need some animals on there, bro.
Well, so the way it works is the scam in my hood is anything after the first acre you can get an agricultural discount on if you do something agricultural. But being that I have 1.25, the scam don't work for me.
Wow. Well, I have
So,
15 chickens, 4 dogs on a 1/4 acre. So
and you're kind of, I mean, are you kind of metro or suburban? Where are you?
I'm suburban, I'd say.
So how far from that Costco that we met at do you live?
How far?
Yeah.
45 minutes.
Oh,
Maybe
okay. You could be a ways out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you go.
I'm like North Central Florida.
Yeah, because if you go any way west or northwest or southwest from there, you're into more. I don't even want to say suburban, like whatever ruralish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you go north of me, it's quite rural.
Frag out. I got those same problems too.
But I would love to have, like, obviously I'm in the garage right now. I don't have AC in here. Florida's brutally hot. So if my face is a little flush, you know why. If I'm chewing on ice, you guys know why. It's hotter than the Dickens.
Dude, that's not an air conditioner I see over your back shoulder there?
That is an air conditioner.
A window shaker?
It would make a lot of noise on the lives and stuff, so I don't.
If you want to be cool, turn it on, dude.
I'm gonna get something eventually, but sweating's good for you, man. It gets toxins out of the bloodstream.
So the tiki hut looks like skeletal remains at this moment. I got to pull that thing down. I finally conceded. I'm pulling the tiki hut down.
Rich,
doesn't count as a barn.
Rich, it's called a chainsaw. I know you've got one.
Actually, I don't.
You live in Florida and you don't have a chainsaw. And you got land.
Back in the day, bro, I used to be a little metro, man. I used to have hair down to my nipples, long hair. I used to hang out on South Beach with the Brazilian man.
Whoa. Is he saying metrosexual or that your metro is geographically?
Well, the LOL, I'm sure he was talking about metrosexual, but yeah. I even did runway shows at one time.
Oh, TMI, man. TMI.
Too much.
So yeah, Fragout did a video. He's talking about what kind of spiders was it?
Chainsaw. Giant spiders.
Oh, all right. Fragout said his chainsaw has been in the shop for 2 months. And I'm like, dude, there's nothing to repair on a chainsaw that takes 2 months.
No.
Actually, I'm gonna go out here on a limb. If he's got an older chainsaw that has a older carburetor, it may be hard to find a replacement carb. Like
spiders,
say if the engine it was an old Tecumseh engine. Finding carburetors for those things these days is hard as hell.
In Florida, we got cockroaches
they stopped making
as big as eggs.
I've got something worse up here. They're called palmetto bugs.
Yeah, that's what they are.
Palmetto
What state are you in?
The Palmetto State.
Oh no! Oh, you're in South Carolina. There we
South
go.
Carolina. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Makes sense, right?
At least
Well,
I thought so. Josiah says makes sense. So
I guess like at some point it just got so hot here that all our palmetto bugs went to there, and now
Yeah.
you're claiming them.
Well, no, they've always called them palmetto bugs here in South Carolina. And for anyone that doesn't know, they're giant cockroaches with wings. That's all they are. But they're called palmetto bugs up here.
Yeah,
because they make a normal.
I've only seen like two.
Like he's big.
Yeah, I've only seen two here in Florida.
Yeah, they're huge here.
Although I saw a video somebody posted, where was it? IG. It must have been on IG in Ohio. There were like columns in the sky of bugs. I'm like, oh man, that looks biblical.
I do not like bugs. It's the one quarrel I have with God is why so many bugs.
Go out
good
on
thing
them
you
with
were an
chainsaw.
Egyptian 2,000 years ago.
Yeah. By the way,
no wonder they walk around like this.
By the way,
no, that's not the Egyptians.
On the whole chainsaw thing, I have 4 chainsaws. 4.
Damn.
Jump in the car, bring it to Texas.
I got one. I got one right there.
Yeah. One of them is electric. One of those was those lithium-ion battery chainsaws. And the rest of them are gas.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking, like, how big of a wimp would I be if I got a battery-operated chainsaw?
I've got one.
There's
At
one
least
right
you
there.
can say you had a chainsaw, dude.
Yeah. It works.
So
I've got one. The reason I got the electric one is because it's easier for me to go and recharge the battery than it is to try and mix the fuel all the time.
Yeah. My electric chainsaw is got some kick to it. That thing took down everything I've needed it to.
I mean, Barton Fink out there says the DeWalt ones are good. I have a Greenworks one that I got from Tractor Supply. So
that's a Ryobi.
I don't deal with Ryobi for tools, anything.
Really? No. I haven't had any issues with
Ryobi. No Ryobi tools.
I'm pretty sure.
Whatsoever.
I think my miter saw is a Ryobi.
Well, back in the day, I used to have a Ryobi blower.
I don't mean to. I'm gonna equally shit on everyone. I think Ryobi, Milwaukee, all of that crap is made in the same Chinese factory. So
it most likely is.
I've literally, let's see, what brand is my screw gun? That's been good. I bought a contractor grade screw gun. So that's been good for the number of years I've had it.
We're getting down to the nitty gritty. We're talking about tools.
So real quick, we never got past Tulsi Gabbard.
Nah, see, I'm thinking, all right, so here's the strategy when you pick a VP, is you don't want to pick somebody like Ted Cruz if the balance of power is close in the Senate. You want Ted Cruz to remain in the Senate. So I would love, Ted Cruz as VP. I would love Mark Levin as Attorney General, because that guy, I don't even care if he did anything. The left's heads exploding over Mark Levin being Attorney General would be the best thing ever.
I'm going to say this, and you guys can argue with me, but I miss Trey Gowdy being in the government.
No, Trey Gowdy sucks. And same thing with Jason Chaffetz. They go straight to hell. Ooh. Did I say that out loud?
Oh, you did.
Maybe I need to look more into Trey Gowdy then.
Hold on. It's spoken like a true New Yorker.
Yeah. So the reason I think these guys suck is because when we needed them in the House, they got Fox News gigs and jumped ship ASAP for the money. Trey Gowdy was a lot of talk and near zero action. He looked good in front of the camera a lot.
What's the other guy who what's his name? Skinny guy. He looks a little bit like T-Rex arms.
That's a lot of them up there. That's a lot of them up there. I can't tell.
Why can't I think of his name? He's always ripping them apart in these council things.
Skinny guy. Who's the skinny guy you're talking about?
He did an interview with the guy from Warrior Poet Society. He's like the new Trey Gowdy, but a little better.
Mm.
Why am I blanking? Florida guy?
Is he a Florida guy?
Don't know.
He's not talking about Wadler.
No, we're not. We're not talking about him.
Let's see. I'll go back to Warrior Poet Societies and see what if I could find it.
Yep, T-Rex arms.
He definitely has those little T-Rex arms, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Once we know who you're talking about, yes, obviously.
Let's see.
I'm reading the comments here.
If I had my choice, I'd pick Alex Jones for vice president, but
why Alex Jones? Why not Steve Bannon?
no,
Oh,
Alex Jones is just like, could you imagine Alex Jones debating Kamala Harris? Oh my goodness.
I could actually see that, yes, because it's Alex Jones.
Well, I am 100% for Joe Biden being drug tested before the debate.
Josh Hawley.
Josh Hawley, yeah.
Don't know him.
Josh Hawley.
Hawley, yes.
Oh, yeah.
This guy. Didn't he look like T-Rex arms? Come on. What happened here? Like an older T-Rex arms, this guy.
Oh, okay. All right.
How do you figure he looks like T-Rex arms?
Oh man, I think he looks, super skinny white dude, skinny face.
Well, you know what else I've heard, Rich? That Hunter's not getting out of that court trial.
No?
You think so?
Apparently they're proceeding with it.
This guy
still,
needs to carry a gun when he's got Secret Service for the rest of his life.
Secret Service protection. Well, that's in case this drug dealer pulls a gun on.
That's only when his dad is around. He doesn't have Secret Service protection. His dad does.
No, I'm pretty sure he does.
Yeah, he does for the rest of his life.
Because I remember the Bush daughters had Secret Service. So
was he living with his dad at that point when his dad was vice president?
Ooh, David Clark. You talk now. David Clark kind of disappeared. He was the sheriff of Milwaukee. If we're talking the same David Clark.
Yeah,
I like that guy.
I like the wild cards, man. I wish it was like Jesse Ventura.
Jesse Ventura is a little too crazy.
Did you see the statement Jesse Ventura made the other day?
What did he say?
He went out there. He went off on people. He made a statement at one of the hearings the other day.
Thank you, General Champ Jr.
So, what else?
I think though, like if we were going to talk about like the worst pick that he has on the table is the chick he was just running against.
Yeah, my former governor.
Oh,
Nimrata.
Oh, no. Yeah, I thought I used to think Nikki Haley was good, and
she used to be good. She used to be pro-gun. She used to be great. And then it's like after being an ambassador, for the United States government, it's just like she turned her back on literally the Republican Party.
Yeah. I'm good riddance. Flush her down the toilet. I'm done.
By the way, that's why she lost South Carolina, her own state.
Yeah.
Because of the shit.
I thought she was a good governor. Now
you said South Carolina is better than North Carolina, but you got Lindsey Graham and Nikki Haley coming out of there.
You know what else South Carolina has? We have open carry. We have constitutional carry. We have like great gun laws.
That's true.
So, and unlike North Carolina, you don't need a permit to purchase a pistol.
Can you take it home the same day? No permit?
Yes, in South Carolina, yes.
Wow.
We also have Castle Doctrine and Stand Your Ground laws.
Red Dawn talk preps. All right, preps.
Yeah,
I love talking preps, man. Hope you got a Mylar bags and a vacuum sealer.
No, I just ordered a pallet of survival food from Costco and had them drop it off.
Well, see, the key is really having a blend of everything. So you would like a blend of survival food, a blend of dry goods that you store, and canned food. And
I
those
do need
three
to order the
combined.
steel drum of 5.56.
Yep, you definitely need to have prep your ammo up, y'all. That's one of the reasons why I have such a love-hate relationship with the range. I'm like, I love you.
Yeah, and it's even worse when that range is in your backyard. Let me tell you.
I believe it. I feel like I'd shoot a little less though.
Well, I don't have a range set up yet, but I really need to do that. I definitely, because actually I'm looking at
probably have an area you could do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in my location, it's only on 4th of July and New Year's.
That's another thing about South Carolina. They sell fireworks year round here.
Yep, that's true. That's in Florida. That was like the known thing. We'd have to go across the borders to go get real good fireworks for a long time. Now I don't think it's quite that way, but it was like that for quite a long time.
They got several retailers here in town. Rich has seen it that sell fireworks here.
Listen, one prep that I think people forget about that's pretty important, especially if you live somewhere where it's hot, is electrolytes. Buy powdered electrolytes and put some away. You know, because
so I want to say happy birthday to Barton Fink and congratulations.
Happy birthday, Barton.
The other thing, so fine, get all of your preps, you know, medical, food, water, security, fire, you know, all of those kinds of things. Get that kind of stuff. But also one of my buddies, which he's probably a little bit better at prepping than I am. Like once a month, he would cook a meal out of his preps, just so you know what you got and how to work with it. And you should be like, I'm guilty of this. I've got like 2-go bags, what I call return to home bags. And one has like medical supply and the other has food in it. But if you ask me, you know, pull this out of the bag in 10 seconds, I'd be like, you know, good luck. I don't know that I'd be able to get that out. And I'm like, yeah, I've got a med kit in my car, but it's under the luggage compartment. So if the back, like if I needed a tourniquet, and it would take me more than a minute to probably get it if I was loaded up. I mean, it should be on the back of my headrest on my car, which I got to move that. So
I just
a lot
picked
of the
up
preps,
the EDC tourniquet, which is a lot thinner. It's a lot like a regular cat tourniquet, but it's just a little thinner, and it has a different style clip. But I just got it in the mail like 5-10 minutes ago, so that'll be probably in my pocket all the time now. And
that's the other thing. So you know, you really need to practice with what you have. So it's fine, have it, you know. And wow, so frag out is like salt. There's a bunch of stuff. So if you're planning on crap not working for a long time, you might want to have stuff to barter with.
Tobacco is one of the best. Tobacco and alcohol.
I'm going to say this because I have these. Because I live in an area which you guys should understand, being in Florida, I live in an area which gets hurricanes a lot. Yep. So I've always got a couple generators, backup generators on standby, as well as fuel to power them. Period. And I mean a considerable amount of fuel. I also got a considerable amount of fuel for my tractor, and I've got a bunch of propane too.
Well, I'll even one up you. I have the plug built into my circuit breaker, and my generator is large enough that I can plug it in there and power the whole house.
Yeah, I use a a lot of power, and I can't do that directly. Normally I just have to use one of the generators on one side of the house, another on the other side of the house, because I don't have my generators aren't large enough to do the whole house.
You could always get the plug installed and then just hit the circuit breakers on what you don't want on, and then flip one thing on at a time. And then it's just nice because like even having lights or a fan, or they should be labeled, right? They should be labeled. But yeah, like even a fan, like in the bedroom where you're sleeping, right?
Right.
Having that fan running, having the portable, where is it? It's somewhere behind that flag, but having like a portable air conditioning unit, even if you don't have that, so you can plug that into the generator.
Well, I know this.
I got to get a window rattler.
I know this is not.
I have the floor unit.
This is not advisable by anyone by any means. If I needed to plug, one of the generators into my box, I know how to do it manually. And I'm not talking suicide cord. I don't do suicide cord. I know how to open up the panel and do it manually.
Very good. Very good.
Manually, yes. And of course, shameless plug, Goonbeam has flashlights. And wait, hold on. Just to show you, I'm not only the hair club member, I am the president of the hair club for men. This is my favorite Goonbeam because it's got all the nice patina and wear. And
that is nice.
That I only had this brand newy looking Goonbeam, the glowy blue one.
I need it.
But I love the way this thing looks. I'm just so excited about it.
I love the battle worn. That's awesome. Goon, yeah. I will be ordering, me, Goonbeam. I will be ordering more. I need an EDC light. I still need to get a rifle light from you. So those are my next things on the list, brother.
Actually, I think I need to get an IR weapon light from him.
I got 2 of them, and I am stoked. I have one on my KP9, and I actually have one on my rifle as like the side IR light, and then I have one that is just like waiting to go on whichever pistol it needs to go on at the time. But they're awesome. Goonbeams are the best, y'all. Make sure if you're buying weapon lights, forget Amazon, forget overpaying for a stream light. Forget really overpaying for a Surefire, unless you need that Surefire Mini, because that thing's pretty cool and it's not too bad. But other than that,
and
Goonbeam is the king.
When I was in the caves, I was using this in the caves in case there was something I want to see. That's low power. That's like low right now. That's
I think that has like 14,000 candela, doesn't it?
That's high.
Might have broke your camera.
Yeah.
You froze for a minute.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. They're making a deal here. I need some of that action. I need some of that frag out action because I don't have enough. I'll tell you, I want to pick up and show things on the live stream. Crump was talking about doing this show exclusively on Rumble.
Yeah. Gotcha. So is Crumpy joining us?
No, he's got clustered headaches. I literally got a text that said cluster, and that was it.
Text him take magnesium.
Yeah.
Yeah, magnesium's really good for headaches. And that's one of the other things about prepping. Once you like really get into it, you realize like, okay, I'm limited financially. Right? Maybe some people aren't, but I am. And I'm limited financially, but I'm not limited up here. And I can learn a lot of stuff that can end up helping me, whether it's natural remedies, or different medications or herbs or foraging, or just a lot of different things that it can become this all encompassing knowledge that you can put together that can save your life.
That's we were talking about fuel and generators, and Rip Curl was out there talking about it too. One thing I am working on is welding up myself a wood gasifier tank so that I can do wood gasifier, because I don't know if you guys know, but I'm surrounded by trees. Yep. I get branches in my yard all the time, so chopping all that up with my wood chipper and just going and burning that for the wood gasifier, I can literally run any engine, gas engine off of that, no matter what.
I feel like a wood stove is like a must. If you live anywhere where you get snow or it's somewhat cold at any time, anywhere north of Florida or like the middle of Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, if you live above that line, a wood stove is just, there's trees everywhere. You can cook on it. You can stay warm with it.
We seldom get snow here in South Carolina. Last time was 2008.
Really?
Yeah. It's 2024 and the last time was
Al Gore was right. You guys are going to be snow free. Mm-hmm.
I feel like we got snow in Florida not that long ago. How do you not get it there? We had it in North Florida like a couple of years ago.
I don't know if you've heard, but we got pretty much the same climate up here in South Carolina as Florida does.
Gotcha.
Really like, around, the area where the Everglades is, that kind of mugginess. That's all over the eastern part of South Carolina.
Gotcha.
So
that makes sense.
It's the same consistency. And let me tell you, the summers when if you don't have AC and it's hot out, oh my God, you're literally drowning in the humidity.
Yeah, if SHTF happens and I'm in Florida, I hope it's in the winter.
Yeah.
Right.
Otherwise, I'm gonna be like hauling ass out of here.
I also have a couple old portable AC units around the house that I don't use anymore because I had mini splits installed. So in case a situation where I lose power, then I'll fire up the generator, put one of those in one of the rooms, and just kick it on. That way I have a conditioned room, because
very nice.
You don't want to be in the South Carolina summer without it.
Yeah. A swimming pool is also an amazing prep. I mean, you got tons of water. If you're hot, you can get cool. Really having a good water filtration system is a must, because you can always collect rainwater or some schmuck or something from some pond or lake or whatever. A 5-gallon bucket, they say that you should have roughly 1.5 gallons per person per day, but you could get by with a little bit less for a little while. So if 2 5-gallon buckets, that's 10 gallons of water. Roughly, you're probably going to spill some on your walk back. But a water filtration system like the AquaPure Pro or Berkey water filter, Zero Water, something you can just dump water in and it'll filter it and you can pour it right away and drink it is also a must.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've also got a couple Life straws.
Yeah, I like the Sawyers a little better, the Sawyer minis.
Yeah.
They're just a little more compact and they have a little more versatility.
Well, when I bought them in a couple where they came in like a 3-pack. So
yeah, I have them too. I have 2 of them. But I would just hate to be like out of a pond. You know what I mean?
Well, I've also got a stream and a river on both sides of my property.
Nice. It sounds like 30 acres and where you're at, bro.
And nobody upstream will be peeing into it at all, ever.
Night Strike, do you have a well?
I do not have a well. I'm on city water, actually.
Well,
but here's the situation. One. I also have lots of water storage too.
Good man.
I know about this. So I'm good on water storage. Don't worry.
Excellent.
I always love people, they get hurricane warnings. They're like, oh, well, I need to fill up my bathtub with water. And it's like, you're on city water, you idiot. They tell you to fill your tub with water, but they don't say, by the way, if you have an electric well and worried about power outage, you need to fill your... So usually in the master bedroom, I have this useless jacuzzi tub that nobody ever uses. I've used it 2 or 3 times in 8+ years.
When I come by the house, I'll be sure to use it for you.
Honestly,
so
you do yourself better to just use his pool instead.
All right.
Yeah, I throw a viscreen plastic. There's 2 tubs in the house. So before a hurricane, I throw the plastic in, and then I just fill it with water.
Hey, Warsaw Patriot, good to see you.
Hurricane prep. Yeah, I got to come up with a way to pump the water out of the ground for an extended period of time. I actually don't know how deep my well is. I'm assuming it's probably 100+ feet.
No, not in Florida.
What
Yeah,
do
you think
do
it's
you
7
have
or 8 feet?
do you have the pump in it already, or is it
The pump is on the surface. Like I could, power it from something.
well, what I would do is see how much power it uses to run it all the time, and seeing if you could possibly offset that power when the power is out to something like solar, or solar with battery backup or something like that.
I tell you, my favorite solar generator is the Eco Flows. They can
with the solar panels.
Oh yeah. I love the Eco Flows. I ran after we were out of power for the last hurricane for like 2 weeks, and at night I was running my air conditioner off the regular gas generator, but I had all of my cameras operating because Wi-Fi wasn't out. The wires and everything for cable wasn't out. So I had my Wi-Fi running off of the solar generator and TV and everything else running off that. And then I could also recharge flashlights and batteries and stuff off that thing.
You got your comms running, your Meshtastic.
Not yet, but I'm working on it.
Not yet. Yeah.
I've tried it twice
Guys,
now.
I actually have to bolt, so I need to wrap this up, unfortunately.
Cool. Wow, it's already been an hour.
Yep. Yeah, we burned through an hour pretty quick. So, Night Strike, you want to tell the people who you are, where they can find you?
Yeah, I'm Night Strike. You can find me at guntube.org. You can find me on youtube.com/@nightstrike, NIGHTSTRYKE. And, you can also find me on Instagram as Night Strike as well.
In Night Strike, are you doing a service for the 2A community?
I do. I host guntube.org.
Along with something else? Are we talking about that, or?
I don't know. I don't know.
The link tree?
Oh yeah. My web hosting company does a link tree for people that need it for their 2A content.
Yeah, because everybody with 2A content and link trees getting booted.
For that one, go to 2awebhosting.com/linker, and it's right there.
I'm already subbed up, Night Strike. Very cool.
So there you go.
And I think you're Night Strike 1 on YouTube.
Oh yes, but when they gave you that @ I got Night Strike without the 1.
Yes.
So if you're just going to use youtube.com/@nightstrike, you don't need the 1.
Cool.
But if you search for me, it's Night Strike 1.
Mr. Red Dawn, you want to tell people how they can find you?
Yeah, I mean, I have a X account and YouTube. I don't really use my X too much. I usually use it to follow people who are banned. But on YouTube, I am Dawn Readiness. I do live streams Friday nights. I'm looking at doing another day of the week. But I'm usually the late night live guy because I got to put a gang of kids to bed. So my wife will appreciate the short show, and appreciate you having me on, Rich. We'll be in touch.
All right, man. Yeah. Guys, and Flying Rich, flyingrich.com is all of my social media. I got to run to Bible study. So with that, later. I got to push the end stream and the end